alaikum and good evening tonight on RTD Jiburi News. The Minister of the Minister of Justice SDJPNUD roundtable discussion on the technical strengthening of the Commission and Manful Tajura, the Minister of Education and Training made a professional region tour. International news is President Brazil sentenced to near 10 years in prison for corruption. That was the headlines, and now welcome to the national news. The National Human Rights Commission, in cooperation with the Minister of Justice, with the support of a UNDP, United Nations Development Programme, organized a round table on Tuesday at the Kembisi Hotel. The purpose of this meeting was to provide technical and financial reinforcement to the National Commission on Human Rights. This mobilization is benefit for the experts of the country to bring together their knowledge to work collectively, finally to support the effort of the government. Different personalities took part in this event, including the Minister of Justice Mumin Ahmed Sheikh and the President of the National Commission, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Justice Saliban Omar Odini, Mr. Meki, the Secretary General of the National Commission of Human Rights, Mr. Jabril Darar Houfeni, the various NGO representatives, the diplomatic corps and experts took part. Recall that the National Commission has benefited from a strategy and a plan of action that lists all the action that must be carried out. The representative of UNDP in Jibouti say in her speech that there was a strong political will, including the President of the Republic successful regale by different reforms, but also the Republic of Jibouti was the first country in the Arab country. On the morning of Tuesday, January 18, 2018, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud and his delegation and his colleagues Ahmadu Muhammad Aramis, as well as the local authorities and elected officials of the region, went successfully to the school of the Generali Kalina and Adali before visiting the technical high school of Tajura, driven by the desire to strengthen the quality of the rural school by the involving local communities. The agenda of this official tribe of the ministry will not have divided. On the silence of his tour in the region of Tajura, the Minister of Education Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud launched the second edition of the Grand School Contest in the Middle School of Tajura. The Minister kicked off this new edition of a popular student competition that serves to promote an excellent education for students. It should be noted that the grade 5 students from all schools in the region competed in the dictation and mathematics test, while junior high school students also had to write the English live science and Earth test of physical science. The official launch of the second national edition of the Grand School Competition 2017-2000 was organized today in the stimulus in the school of the capital, namely the school of the zone Portière Sud, the secondary school Al Horeira, as well as Umpoli and Vuzawa Middle School. The Director of Public Education, Mrs. Lula Ali Elabe, as well as the head of the European Printing Department, Mr. Sami Ali Ahmed, supervised the smooth running of these activities in several schools in the capital. It should be noted that these major competitions are organized into different competitions for different levels of education and put students in competition in disciplines such as dictation, mathematics and science. This major competition have the priority objective of development and awakening in learners strong interest in scientific discipline, and especially the good use of the French language. Best of all, they promote the culture of merit and encourage emulation among students. The peculiarity of this competition lies in their collectivity aspect. Thus, concurrent students are organized into teams and must cooperate to be able to provide a single answer to each situation problems. The parliamentarian delegation led by the Honorable Ahmed Dabar, a member of the National Assembly, made a walking visit to the Dikili Regional Council in order to inform and popularize the local instrument put in place by the parliamentarian institution. Upon their arrival, the parliamentarian delegation was welcomed by the Vice President of the Regional Council, Mohammed, and the dynamic actor of the civil society, as well as the representative of the National Network of the Living Person with HIV/AIDS. During this fruitful debate, all the participants expressed the wish to obtain the awareness-raising action and secretly support the vulnerable people affected by this disease. A multidisciplinary medical caravan has been to the locality of Kestur for the benefit of this population. A team of specialized perform consultation and provide care to patients who benefit from this mini-special caravan. During the caravan, women and mosquito nets and many children were vaccinated and consultation were also conducted. The Minister of Health intended to bring care closer to the population of the region through this offshoring activities on the move of the doctor and paramedic. The Regional Hospital Doctor of Ali Sabir, Dr. Ahmed Absiya, and Mr. Mohammed Ainan Suge were former looking to join the caravan in the locality of Gesture. Haji Ibrahim Puh Ali, nicknamed Haji Ramadan and Imam of Ramadan Mosque of Balpala, 3 days on Wednesday, 17 January 2018. He left behind him a large family. The deceased was the father of the Director General of the National Institute of Public Health of the Ministry of Health. May God enter him his eternal party and his heart and soul find peace and comfort. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And now the news outside. The ex-president of Brazil sentenced to nearly 10 years in prison for corruption. The former president of Brazil, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, was found guilty of corruption and money laundering on Wednesday and sentenced to nearly 10 years in prison, standing stay peg for a politician who has wielded enormous influence across Latin America for decades. The case against Mr. da Silva, who raised Brazil's profile on the world stage as president from 2003 to 2010, stemmed from charge that he and his wife illegally received about $1.1 million in improvement and expense from a construction company for a platform apartment. That's it for tonight's news. Thanks for being with us and have a wonderful evening.